Oh shit. Well, that's one way to take it off. What's up everybody? Today we're gonna be doing a little bit of work on the Daytona. We're already at 500 miles on it, so we're gonna be doing the oil change, which is super easy. And we're also gonna do this Competition Works Fender Eliminator kit, which is very exciting. I think that's one of the plus sides about having a bike that you are already so familiar with. Like, you know, I got it and I'm already dialed in with it. Like, I know exactly which Fender Eliminator kit to get. I know exactly what settings to put on it, so it's pretty cool. Let's get into it. I'm honestly trying to decide what I should do first with it. I kind of want to put the Fender Eliminator kit on first because that's the fun part. Changing the oil is not super fun because you got to take out the fairings and do all that. So yeah, let's do the Fender Eliminator kit first. Here's the little lights for the side. Lights. And then the actual kit itself. So this one's really cool because it sits right underneath here on the tank. On the tank, what the hell am I saying? Underneath here on the fender. So it's gonna slip in, it's gonna go in like that, right in there. It's a really sleek piece, which is why I really like it. This is the one I had on my old bike. Okay, the first thing we gotta do is take off all this junk. So if I remember correctly, it's a 10mm bolt underneath the seat. There it is. At least I remember it being a 10 anyways. Or was it a hex key? Oh, it's a hex key. It's always a hex key, isn't it? It's always a damn hex key. That's why my old seat was all jacked up. I never could figure out how to take it off without messing it up. Was it a 5? Come on. God damn it. I always get it wrong. Oh, I pulled out the 6, that's why. Like, I already knew how to take off the seat because I've taken off the seat on my old bike 1,000 times. And it's really easy. God, look how clean that is. Jesus Christ. Jeez, man. Brand spanking new. Fuck. All right, let's keep going. Okay. So this is right. I'm gonna have to take the battery out, honestly. Yeah, because the bolts for the foot pegs are right there. Okay, yeah, the battery's gotta go. I think that's one of the most satisfying feelings in the world. When you guess the, okay, I gotta go the other way. When you guess the bolt correctly on the first try, that's always a good feeling, isn't it? You know, this bike is so new that I don't even need gloves to work on it, honestly. Probably gonna put them on here in a second, but as of right now, it's like, I don't even need gloves, man. I'm gonna put them on anyways. I think it's actually smaller, that's weird. Of course they use 2 different size bolts. Why wouldn't they? Batteries are always a pain in the ass, aren't they? Just for everything. Battery is out, easy enough. Moving on. Every time you want one, they always go missing, don't they? That's the one downside about this Fender Eliminator kit. It removes the passenger peg. So if you have a girlfriend or a wife or a boyfriend or a frog or anyone in your life that is special to you, you will not be able to put them on the back of your cool sport bike with this Fender Eliminator kit. You can't have it all, folks. You can't have it all. I'm pretty sure we're gonna need these bolts to put on the Eliminator kit. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Because we gotta take off the tail to do that. And we gotta get the wires from the tail onto the new one. It's all easy stuff, really. It's really not too hard. And if I remember correctly, the tail portion here is kind of a pain in the ass. I think you have to take off this entire rear fairing, and then you can kind of wiggle this thing out of place. You never want to pull too hard on wires. I've done that before where I popped some shit off where I shouldn't have popped it off. That's the other cool thing about having a bike that you already owned. You already own all the tools for it. I remember when I got this bike, I had to buy a bunch of like crazy ass random tools. Like I had to take off the fairing here in the rear because there's this one pesky little bolt that's down in there that for some reason Triumph decided it'd be a great idea to put all the way down in there. I'm used to these things. I'm used to them. And they don't even bother me anymore. I've just come to accept them and expect them. What size is this thing? Holy crap. All right, so now we need to take off those two bolts and to pry that. So we just pulled out the guts from the old whale tail. We got to get all these harnesses out into the new eliminator, and we're gonna get into that. So this is what we were looking for. This is the literal harness from the electronics to the blinkers and all that. We had to pull this out of the whale tail. It's kind of like when you eat shrimp, you got to take out that little black piece. This is the black piece. So, and there's also like some weird sticky, gunky stuff on it. So I gotta go wash my hands and then continue putting it together. I love how in these instructions, step one, it's like, oh, like take out this bushing, do this, do that. And all of a sudden it's like they just stopped kind of caring. They're like, if we just kind of figure it out. I don't really know. Like this, at the end here, it's just like, oh, it's the right, it's the left. You took them off. You should kind of know what you're doing by now. It's like, yeah, I do, but I'd like a little more thorough instructions. I still like your stuff though, Competition Works. It's good stuff, I like it. So that's how it's gonna sit in. It's real nice and stealth. Loving it. So my other camera died while I was changing the oil. Status update for you. She's all oiled up, good and ready to go. New Fender eliminator is on there. I'm pretty sure I filmed that portion. Now all we're gonna do is lube the chain, check the tire pressures, clean her up a little bit, and we'll be good for a whole day of riding tomorrow. Nice and pretty, very clean. So I'm sure everyone already knows this, but tire pressure is like the most important thing that you can check on your bike on like I wouldn't say a daily basis, but probably like a week to week type of thing. You should test out, because I run 34 PSI 36 in the rear. I used to do like 32, 34 and 32, 32. It's just a little too aggressive for the street. It's more of like a track type of tire type you should run. Some people can do like 30 and 32 type of thing, but for me, I like 34 and 36 because it makes the bike feel nice and inflated and real pointy. It doesn't have the super crazy grip that a lower tire pressure might have, but that's just the way I run it. So if you're not checking your tire pressures, you should. It'll definitely change the way you ride. Just experiment with different tire pressures. Like that can definitely make a big difference in your riding. You know, if you take it pretty seriously. If you just kind of commute to work, it doesn't really matter too much, but yeah. So overall, today we put on the tail tidy, which is looking really clean. We swapped out the oil, we cleaned the chain, we checked the tire pressure, and we gave it a little bit of wash. It's really basic maintenance on the Daytona, you know, just simple things, kind of keeping up with it. Somehow I've already up to like 600 miles on it, so that's why I did the oil change. That's why I cleaned the chain. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Tune in next time. See you later.